The other day, I watched episode 1 of Daryl Dixon, the Book of Carol. Not keen on the name. I presume the next season will be called Carol Takes Up Knitting. But I actually really enjoyed it, and surprisingly, I liked Carol scenes a lot more. On the lead up to the show, something I thought about was the bonus episodes in season 10, which I thought were shocking, but it almost feels like they were forced to make them, so I don't really go into them too much. But after Carol and Daryl's moments in those, them having a whole show to themselves didn't have me excited, and certainly didn't have me going into the show with high expectations or thinking I would enjoy it as much as I did. It's good to see Carol again, and that she's been staying calm. I was being nice, can you stop interrupting me? I really enjoyed it, and as I usually do, I took to my Instagram story to tell people what I thought, and loads of people responded saying that they agree and whatnot. But then there were many people saying that the entirety of Daryl Dixon, the Book of Carol, had already leaked. So I did some research. This isn't new for the Walking Dead stuff, but it turns out this wasn't anything like that. AMC had basically decided that France, it being filmed and set in France, French actors, this time they're going to make it available over there, the same time that it comes out on MC+. So when the date came and they made those episodes live, to then start coming out weekly, they released all 6 episodes. They released all 6 episodes. It must have been up for a good amount of time, because it's like 6 hours of TV that was all released, and the spoilers, everything that happened is now everywhere. After Stranger Things season 4, I remember it was a big deal when there was rumours of discussions of them actually doing it weekly, because that shows always came out all at once. The only time they didn't do that is when they had a small break between, I believe, the last 2 episodes of the 4th season and the rest of it. To build hype. Them being the key words here, to build hype. I'm not going to go into the ending of The Ones Who Live, but what the idea of that show became along the way from the Rick Grimes movies, and how it ended really affected the hype just from that. But this colossal up can now really affect the hype of the Daryl show, because people are going to be finding out what happens, probably inadvertently now. The Walking Dead should really be hanging on to hype. I know this isn't really their fault this time. Oh, come on. With that being said, what I can do, because I'm not going to go on some weird site and watch them, I'm going to watch them weekly still, is talk to you about episode 1, what I liked, what I didn't like. I've been really excited to talk to you about it.
I keep thinking about all the people I left behind, wondering if they're still thinking about me.
Well, it's not looking good. The first issue of this episode is, I just think, a badly written or perhaps directed scene of Carol confronting and actually scaring these people at the mechanic place where Daryl went missing in season 1. This character has so many other strengths you could have chosen, but it just ended up being cringy and funny in the wrong way because I was laughing at it. It's not like Carol couldn't take these people on, it's how they made her do it. You've got people in the background running off like she's opened fire in a GTA game, and they have her reload the thing off screen in 2 seconds. Carol didn't look cool when she was holding the crossbow, it looked like the crossbow was holding her.
You really want to mess with me?
He bought himself a free European vacation.
Who?
Just calm down, don't hit me with that unreliable crossbow. Idiots. I think everything else that Carol did in this episode was really good. Of course, as she's driving away, she conveniently sees a plane go over, but it's not just as simple as her saying, I've got a friend in France, can you fly me over? We meet Ash, and I actually quite liked him. Not because I think he's going to have any longevity in this show at all, but I do think he's a really good just side Walking Dead character, because he's not too charismatic to where you are going to miss him when he's gone and make what-if videos about him. But you can tell that when he does inevitably go, and it is going to be because of Carol, because she lied, it will still be sad. And that's what I call an effective character. No man, he doesn't die, I'm half-witted, I watched the episodes already. Okay, well he dies in season 3 then, I don't care. They didn't obnoxiously push his backstory in your face. Carol goes into his greenhouse and she sees his memorial for his son. And she sees this, as Carol would, it's completely in character, which is what I loved about it. An opportunity to harp on his emotional strings. So this guy has taken his plane to France. They've stopped in Greenland, which I love, or at least they tried to. But to add such a cool new layer to just her finding someone with a plane, can you take me over there? They're not afraid to have you see her in this different light. Not even a different light, just older light. It's refreshing to see a Walking Dead character do something that they would do, and by that I mean you had Daryl in season 11 of the main show, kind of just a soft-headed mascot. I don't think it was really Daryl there, they just had Norman Reedus show up, be the fallout protagonist that doesn't say anything.
I'm coming.
No.
But
Alright.
Carol isn't just an NPC that's been assigned to go over there robotically. She's lied, and all of a sudden I care about this random guy. When they started teasing the Sophia stuff, I was a bit almost apprehensive that it was going to feel tedious. That they've taken this big event from her past to now all of a sudden decide to harp on. But I think it works really well, and you can see why they chose this of all the events in her life. This was something that was arguably the catalyst to her and Daryl's friendship, which is what it is if you want some half-witted lump. Another thing that I saw coming from a mile away was the whole thing of him aiming at Janet. The explosion startles him for a full hour, looking away from Janet, like he's not seen 60 in his lifetime already, and then she disappears. And of course, they couldn't kill Janet right here, she's still got to do stuff, but just don't do this scene then, or do it differently. It really takes you out of it. Why do these dumbed down scenes? I would give it an 8 out of 10, maybe 9 out of 10 because I did enjoy it. I can't give it a 10 out of 10 because these really silly things happened. And I've not looked at any spoilers, I've not seen the other episodes, I don't care, other than my weekly just normal watch of it like I've always done. Will there be a mention of Rick? I imagine they're going to be playing coy with it, but with that being said, as a little side note, this gameplay you're seeing here is from MW3. Of course, Daryl came out recently for the Daryl show, and they oddly gave Daryl a CRM suit. It's really cool, I love it, but it's odd because we didn't see Rick get one. It's not like they didn't want to spoil it, we had already seen Rick in the promo pictures with this CRM outfit on, we'd already seen him in the trailers, the promo, but they've given Daryl a CRM one. So I started up MW3 and buy it, and it says Commonwealth Operative, obviously been done to personally annoy me. But no, it is really cool, and it had me thinking, how do you make that little mistake? I imagine the way the marketing team works is they send over some pictures, some references to go off from. They must have known it was called the CRM uniform, CRM armor. So how do you get this? Well, unfortunately, as we know now, the cool dark side CRM stuff with Bill is gone, mostly. But the Civic Republic is still there, and they changed their symbol from 3 circles to 1. But they've still got this armor, and I kept thinking, okay, so when the CRM, or the CR, whatever they want to call it now, they get to the Commonwealth, they get to Alexandria, surely, wouldn't there be some kind of power struggle when the Civic Republic get to the Commonwealth and they see how big it is? They might, 1, want to take over, or 2, they give them this more effective armor, because we saw in the main show their armor didn't do anything for them. The CRM ones definitely have in multiple shows now. Daryl will inevitably be back home at some point, and he will hear about, or he will see, the Civic Republic. Him and literally every other character having this armor in the far future really isn't that far off at all. Now the CR have presumably joined arms with the Commonwealth, this actually is a Commonwealth operative outfit that I think we will see in the future, so really cool. Will Rick ever see Daryl again? I mean, they could just not do it and it would be awful, but no, I think yes, they will. Whether it happens this season or next season is uncertain, but stuff like this is in the far future, even if right now they want to have all the hype of a damp rock. Even before the leaks, I wasn't going to do weekly videos on it, but yeah, especially now, I don't really see myself doing another one on it until maybe after the finale. So just make sure you follow my Instagram account, because I do talk about it on my stories. Press the like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you're new. Thank you for watching, I'll see you soon.
This is a Joe. We use it training for Aikido. I'm using it to prepare in case I might need a weapon.
Another one of these motherfuckers.